Praise the Lord and give all the glory to God, and welcome back to the shop, everybody. So today we're working on an anniversary sign for Tom and Kimmy Browning. Thanks for entrusting me with the sign. I hope I did it justice. So this is what we're going to do today, so stick around, and I hope you guys enjoy the build. Out of the glue up out of the clamp, so I didn't record it, but this is a knotty pine. It's two pieces, 1x10 that I just glued up, edge to edge on the joiner and glued up. And so now it's on the CNC machine, and I'm gonna pocket it out a little bit, and we're gonna make a sign for an anniversary gift from a wife to her husband, family thing. So I do have their permission to go ahead and film this whole thing and put it on YouTube. So yeah, I did ask for permission before I put their information out on the YouTube universe. So I'm going to step into a UBS studio and see how we set this all up on the CNC machine so we can get this pocketed out and ready to go. Here we go. We're going to be in Vectric software, and we're going to create a new file. And single-sided width is going to be 32, because this is what the deck is here, and Y is going to be 18 because that's how big my piece of wood is, and we'll be at 0.75 for thickness, which is probably actually not quite 0.75 because I just sanded it down. So let's do 0.70. I'm going to go off the material surface, offset 2.2 and 4.1 and tell it yes, okay. Alright, so it's a pretty good size, so we're just going to come in here and draw a rectangle, 31, 14, close that. Now, I'm going to need an inside border inside of that. We're going to pocket this out. So we're going to offset inside 0.25 on the inside pocket. There we go. We'll grab that and just delete. Alright, so we're going to go with that. And this one is going to be, that's all there is to this. Is a pocket tool path. Cut depth is going to be, let's do 0.25, and we need a bigger mill than that. We're going to do a 1/4 inch. So I want to round over a bit in there. 1/2 inch ball nose. Do three passes. I don't want to hog it all out in one shot and tear up everything. Not a good look, apparently. So let's calculate that. All that. And 1/4 down cut pocket. Save. Alright, so this is going to be kind of hard to see, I think, but I'm going to do the best I can here. So this cut from here to over here, this is the farthest edge that my machine will cut to, so I'm right on the edge for cutting the perimeter of this out, so I'm not going to be able to cut that on this, so I'm going to just pull the whole thing off and run it through the table saw to cut the size of it. I was going to pocket it out a little bit deeper, but I decided that I really like just the way it is right there. I'm just going to do a little sand job on this, pull it off, cut the size of it, and then I'll start working on the lettering for the names and the dates and all that on there. So get this pulled off, get it cut down to size, and we'll go. Alright, so I got these are all cut out of the laser on the laser machine. This is just an 1/8 inch material that I work with for doing stuff. So I got it kind of laid out on here where I like it. I think this is going to lay out pretty well. I got my center line here. So now I got to go around with a pencil and lay these out on there. So I can use these as a template after I get the back of this stained and all the letters stained, and of course the pheasant, because they requested pheasants, or at least one pheasant, because they're upland bird hunters. For, you know, it's what they do. That's their thing, and pretty appropriate with the last name of Browning. Love it. So anyway, so I got to get these laid out on here with the pencil so that when I stain these, I could try to keep the stain out of where the lettering is going to glue down on there so that they'll actually stick to the wood. So I'm going to take a minute and just go around and do that real quick. And I want to do this kind of a light touch. I don't want to have a lot of pencil line here because I don't want it showing after the stain is on here where the letters, you see around the edge of the letter. Not something I want to see. Alright, there's that. So you get the idea. So I'm going to get this all done and then start staining on this. And I got to work around all the lettering with the stain on that. And I'm going to also write a profile around this to make it look like a picture type setup. So I'll be back in just a minute and show you how we do that. Standard Roman Ogie bit on there, and I'm going to profile around the outside corners of this just to give it a little something extra on the profile, look a little bit nicer. And my shop vac hooked up, so here we go. Alright, so there it is. And to get a little bit of tear out on this corner down here, so I'm going to have to clean that up. And of course the top corner here is just a little bit, not terrible, but I get a little bit there. A little sanding on there, clean it all up, I think it'll be fine. I did a side-by-side test with the this is honey from Minwax, and also the special walnut from Minwax. So I'm going to go with what they call honey. It's definitely not a honey color, but it's the darker color that I'm looking for. So if you're looking for a dark stain, go with the honey. I wouldn't know by the name of it that it was that dark, but it is. It's pretty dark. So we're going to go with that. I got board set up. Got me some little paint brushes here, so I'm going to start round through the inside of the lettering and work my way out. And when I get out past the lettering, then I'll switch over to the foam brush and finish it out with that. And so here we go. So I'm going to start out with the smallest brush first. And this stuff is pretty thin, so you got to stay away from the line. You're not getting into your lettering as much. I'm not expecting to do a perfect job on this. I'm just expecting that I'm going to get around the letters here so that when I go to glue on the letters that they glue on here without any issues as far as the oil is not allowing the glue to stick. And I'm probably going to rub some of this into the letters when I go to wipe it all down a little bit here, because I'm going to do a little bit and then wipe it down. And so you're going to have some into the letters no matter what you do. Yeah, you can see it just wicks right into the wood and pulls right into the straws or the fibers of the wood. So there's not a whole lot you can do. Just try to, do the best I can with it and try to keep it out of the letters. Rather than filming 5 hours of doing this, because it's going to take some time, I will come back when I get this done and get the other letters dyed up as well. So we can have some contrast between the color of the letters and the back of the board and everything. So we'll be back in a little bit. All right, so I got all the lettering dyed, stained, whatever. So now I'm going to start, see if I can get this laid out on here and glued down. So I got the cutout from where I got these out of the laser I'm going to use these as a template to line these up on here and get these glued down. So we're going to start at the top of this. Get all the lettering out the way. And there's probably going to be a little bit of around the outside where you can see the white part there on the outside of this, but I'll come back in with a little brush and clean that up with some dye or stain. I'll use a little bit of tape here to try to hold this down in one spot so it don't move around on me. Yeah, that should hold it down. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I want to put just a little bit of glue on the back side of these. Don't want a whole lot. I don't want any squeeze out around that I have to try to clean up. So just give it a little bit there. Use my finger to spread it. Thin it out. I'm going to get a couple little dots of the CA glue in right in the middle of this just to hold it down while this starts to dry. And we're just going to keep moving right along the whole thing with gluing these down. Just using as little bit of glue as I have to get her to stay on there. And of course this is Type Bond 3 that I'm using, and it's also Star Bond Supreme Thin Set. Using the thin CA glue just to hold it until the Type Bond, or the Type Bond 3 sets up. You can see using that as a guide to set everything up is pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Makes alignment really easy to do. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get these all put on here, and then we'll be back. Well, thanks again to Tom and Kimmy for allowing me to build this sign for them. I hope they really enjoy it. I think it turned out really good. Pretty happy with the end results of it. Again, congratulations on the anniversary, and I hope you guys have many more years. Thanks for everybody for stopping by. I hope you all enjoyed the content as well. And I got some still photos at the end here to showcase how it looks up close. So stick around for that. And we will see you guys in the next one. God bless.